Hello YouTube, it's David again talking to you from Astoria, Queens. Just want to give you an idea of what's happening here again. Not that much. Stores are open, but there's no business. Very few people on the streets, unlike pre-pandemic times. Just wanted to share with you some of my thoughts about what's going on. I'm not no conspiracy theorist, let alone a doom and gloomer, but I can see what I can see. And the reality is this: the economic destruction of this country is deliberate and staged. You have families, now can you imagine here? You have families that have to pay rent and or mortgages, food bills, electric bills, etc., etc., etc. And it's getting to the point now that I'm unable to do that. I can feel almost a zeitgeist in the air that people are having a hard time. It's incredible what's going on here. Absolutely incredible. You have farmers who can't afford to buy fertilizer. In fact, I read today that there's a farmer in the Midwest, a large farmer, or shall I say, a farmer that runs a large operation, where his fertilizer bill last year was around $120,000. Today, he claims that he's paying at least $2 million to fertilize his fields in order to get the crop going. And as I was saying, he's not able to afford to fertilize his fields. So he's stuck with that. Also, the cost of diesel fuel to run his equipment, very expensive, and all of this contributes to higher food prices. He loads up the truck or the truck trailers, or tractor trailers, excuse me. And what do they run on? Diesel. If people knew how complicated and how expensive and labor intensive it is to get in order to get food from the farm to your table, you would definitely be very surprised. I had to stop a minute because the gentleman in front of the yogurt stand or yogurt store was encouraging me to come inside. And the place is empty except for him standing outside trying to hawk me in. Not too crazy about that. But that's why I had to stop. Anyway, nothing important. As you can see, the streets here are empty. Again, I hate to sound perfectly redundant. It wasn't like that before the pandemic. The place was packed. There's an old Italian pastry store that goes all the way back to at least the 1930s. Across the street. I've spoke to her before about the lack of business, and she was pretty adamant about how things have changed again. Here it is, all freshly baked goods, delicious gelatos, homemade, and cookies, cakes, all in Astoria. And there's not too much going on. Here's the interior of the little Italian pastry shop. It's as if time hasn't changed anything here. And this little cannoli cost me a whopping $6. I used to pay less than $4 pre-pandemic days. That's expensive. $6 for a cannoli. Here's the name of the pastry shop. And the cannoli was pretty good, but it wasn't worth $6. But live and learn. I just finished speaking with one of the counter people there at the little Italian pastry shop, like Giulia, and I asked her if she would like to comment on what's going on, and she more or less said the same thing about the state of business. It's very slow, and the prices of dough and chocolates have gone up significantly to the point where customers are complaining about how pricey things have become. Once again, I still think that this is a deliberate implosion of the economy and of the country itself, socially and morally, by outside entities and groups. Here's, for example, properties that are being foreclosed upon. They're being bought up by BlackRock and rented out to people, as opposed to people buying the properties. People have been priced out of the market with high interest rates. Excuse me, and high and the market just being overpriced. How much longer can this go on? Lenin once said, and I'm paraphrasing him, the more the better. Which translates, the more that people suffer, the quicker you'll have them on your knees. And they'll be begging for you to help them. And if anyone's interested, you should take the time to look up Carl Schwab and the World Economic Forum. That's pretty telling itself. This guy actually believes that the elites can rule the country and do whatever they want with us and circumvent our national sovereignty along with our constitutions. Maybe people don't care anymore. I don't know. But the American people seem to be very quiet about these things and not doing very much about it. Because people just take it all the time. At what point are people going to crack? Maybe once gasoline hits above $7, you might get a response. People might start rising up and doing something about it. What's going on right now isn't nice. It's not pretty. And also you may have heard about in Kentucky yesterday there was a brownout, and there were predictions made by the press a number of months ago that this summer we'll be seeing blackouts along with brownouts because of the energy grid. I don't know what to say or think. But I've heard that in LA, in some parts of LA, shall I say, that people are paying up to $10 a gallon for gasoline. How much worse is going to get? People are not going to be able to go to work because they can't afford to pay that kind of price. Oh gosh, it's so frustrating. You won't be able to afford to pay that kind of prices for gasoline. And this all contributes to the food supply system network. Overpriced gasoline or out of the world gasoline, diesel, etc., etc., etc. Well, anyway, folks, this is Dave signing off. God bless. Vlog over.